Okay? I had an elimination chamber switched up. I got an NFL team, got a new weapon. Boy, I'm telling you, things are switching. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the report. I am literally driving at the moment, so yeah, that part. But Normal, Rob, good evening.
Good evening, good evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are tonight's entertainment.
Well, so we got something to discuss tonight. So we have a Washington Commanders team went ahead and got themselves a new weapon. We're gonna go ahead and just get that started now. Let's talk about it. Debo Daniels going to the Commanders. How y'all feel about that?
I'll start it off.
Sure.
So, for all the diehard war burgundy and gold since the 70s, 60s, the 80s, 90s, the dark days of the 2000s, the 2010s, and now with new ownership, welcome back to where you belong. You were one of the valuable teams in the NFL. Then you had a downfall with the old owner, Daniel Snyder. Now you're back into where you belong on the stage of the relevant teams.
Yep.
And with all of this, now you're attracting good players that want to come and play for your organization. Now you have Deebo Samuels. You kept Terry McLaurin under contract. You still have Jaden Daniels on year 2 of his contract. You picked up a great coach. You did not let Cliff Kingsbury go to any other team. Good moves so far. Magic and Josh Harris, they know what they're doing. I say keep it up. You know you got more players you got to re-sign and probably have to shift over, but you can do that in the draft. But for the most part, I think this was a good move for them. They're picking up more leadership, especially in the wide receiver position. It's needed. Need a guy that can just come in and just tell these young cats how to play, how to be not only professionals on the field, but also off the field. Keep making Chocolate City what it is, and I think it's a great move. I think Debo needed a new home. He's been with 49ers his entire career. It was time for a change, and I think being on the East Coast in a new scenery with a quarterback that can give you the ball is going to give you a better chance of being a wide receiver than he is as a gadget player. So props to not only Debo but also to the Niners for giving him a chance to not only get one more crack at it, but also not to be in mediocrity. So kudos to both sides. It was a good trade for both sides. Now it opens up Ricky Pearsall for the 49ers to be their number 2 with Brandon Ayuk and pair them with Purdy. So good move on both sides.
No more what to say, you buddy.
Are we good? Okay, good. What Rob said is correct. Um, getting the number 2 wide receivers, it was a priority. Now, here's the thing. I like the move. You gave him a 5th round pick. You didn't give him no high draft pick for the guy. And I think the relationship between the 49ers and Debo Samuels was basically all in the end of the run. As a matter of fact, I think it was fractured ever since the time I think he wanted a new contract. That was the fracture of the 49ers. The problem is Debo's health was suspect. Another thing is you build the organization for over 6 years with the 49ers. Um, so you knew that you was on your way out once IU got his contract, and you see how Juan Jennings was playing out of his mind. I think Debo knew the writing was on the wall. Now he gets a fresh start, and he's with the Commanders. Jaden Daniels got a weapon to play with, along with Scary Terry. Rob said that they need a receiver. I don't think they need a receiver. They do need the trenches. Defensive linemen, to be exact, and a couple offensive linemen. Because Cosby cannot do it by himself. They're all pro guard, cannot do it by himself. Now, here's the situation. Debo, since you got Debo, you got 1 year with him. You gotta ask yourself, if you're the Commanders, are you gonna let his 1 year contract play out for the season? And I think they will, to see how he looks like it, or they can actually void it and give him a new deal. But from the Commander standpoint, I think they're going to let him play that 1 year contract, the 1 year proven contract. See if he still got it. If he got it, they'll try to come to the table, along with Jaden Daniels at the table. But to me personally, Commander be really a defensive lineman and really an offensive lineman.
Well, for me, before you go, Ali, for me, I think they'll address that in the draft. I think that this draft class really is what is going to be a class where if you need something, it's there this year. I think that's how this draft class is. It's not like a star-studded quarterback draft, because the two big ones are basically the ones that didn't throw this past weekend, which was Cam and Shador. Those are really the big two. The other ones are quality quarterbacks where if you need somebody to step in, you can. To me, this is what I like to call the diamond in the rough draft. A lot of diamonds in the roughs where if you need it and if you got it and if you have access to it, you can go get it. So for them to have that kind of cachet and like for example, as much as we joked about Dart did pretty well in the combine this past weekend. He was actually a very good surpriser, which a lot of people. That's why I see a lot of people
up in the
having
draft, actually.
Yeah.
He rising up in the draft. They've been talking about him today. He rising up in the draft high. So they were talking about possibly the Steelers grabbing him along with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, whichever one they decide to go. But I'm gonna give my take. I'm gonna give my take on a different perspective. Y'all talked about it on the Washington perspective, which I agree with both of y'all. And I think Washington just got themselves still being the second best team in the NFC East. And definitely for me, after what they did last year, a top 5 team in the NFC right now. I gotta put them in. There. After what they did last year, they're definitely a top 5 team in the NFC right now. And with Debo right now, and with Debo added on to the fray, like Lone Wolf said, it depends on what Debo does. Debo, this is your money, yeah. You want to get paid? This is your prove it, yeah. Because if you don't prove it this year, you probably ain't gonna get another big contract. So, and you got a better quarterback in Jaden to deal it with. But this is the perspective that I'm looking at. 49ers, the pressure's on you now. Mark Forty, you lost your Swiss Army knife. Are you coming back from ACL? You got Ricky Pearsall. You got Jawan Dennings. The only thing I have an issue with is CMC. CMC for the life of me cannot stay healthy. And God bless him. Because the man is a future Hall of Famer. But you know what I mean? God bless him. But when you use a running back 90% of the time, every single season that you've been in the league, That's what happens to you. And when you're going to playoff seats and you don't get a ring to show for it, that's what happens with your best players.
Mm-hmm.
So before y'all consider talking about playing Brock Purdy, I need y'all to answer this question. Are y'all sure Brock Purdy could be a top 10 quarterback in this league before you pay him? Because you just took away one of his best weapons.
I still say yes because with the added, like I said, near the end of the season, the adding of Ricky Pearsall really made Brock Purdy make him look like a different, like another wide receiver. Remember, they drafted him first round, so if you're drafting in the first round, you're going to have to play. You're going to play in the league, and they had to see within the last stretches of that season last year, can he still go? And the answer to the question was yes. So to pair him with Brandon Ayuk next year, along with George Kittle, you got a wide receiver core. You got a two-headed punch that Brock Purdy can have. With them, I think the biggest question is outside of Christian McCaffrey, you got to find another left tackle to replace Trent Williams. I love that man. He's a surefire Hall of Famer. But after the year that he had last year and he got paid, it's time to address the real biggest issue, and that's the offensive line. You want to protect Brock Purdy if you want to protect Brock Purdy for the long haul, that's what you got to do. You got to get the trenches recovered because it seems like it's going to be a mission hole unless they come back fully healthy for at least one more good run. If they don't, you need a. That's I think now the NFL. I think what the trend is, and I've seen this for the last 2 years, especially with teams like Detroit and Philly. You don't need just a starting five on the offensive line. You need a backup starting five just in case if something was to go wrong somewhere. You have extra bodies just to make sure that no matter what happens, you don't fall off too far off. And when it comes to games,
stop taking the words out of my mouth, Rob. No. This is why I'm saying that. Look at the Super Bowl champions. How the hell you think they won it?
Yep. They won it in the trenches.
Remember, there was a point in the playoffs where they didn't have all their offensive linemen, and they had a backup to help them. And the backup wasn't really needed because Beckman was good to go. So, you see how offensive line helps you? It helps Philly win a ring. Take notes, NFL. You want to win a ring? Address your trenches. No will be we always addressing trenches with most teams. And y'all saying, no, I agree. You win titles that way.
And not only that, you also not only that, but Kansas City, that's how they won their titles. They won it off the trenches as well. And that's what I said when the moment I told y'all, the moment that left tackle went down and Joe Tooney had to go over there and play for the rest of the season, I said he can only do so much.
You had two
positions being compromised.
The guard and the tackle. And basically on top of that, Joe Tooney was basically a sitting duck during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He was basically a sitting duck. This year, to me, and everybody talking about running back this, running back that, this year is the trenches.
Yeah.
This year is the trenches. So I'm the biggest fan. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
And for 5 years on the show, these two will tell you, I'm a biggest fan when it comes to trenches. I always say, deal with the trenches first. I don't care, especially the offensive line. Because if you're the offensive line, I don't care if you have Genty. I don't care if you have Shador Sanders. I don't care if you have Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts. If the trenches ain't working, they're going to be sitting ducks and running for their lives. On defense.
Look how Patrick Mahomes look again.
Run for his life.
This is 2 Super Bowls in the last 3-4 years. The man has been under siege in the biggest game.
Yep. If you're looking at defense, I need that pass rusher. Atlanta.
Now, hold on. I don't want to get off topic, but I want to run through some
No.
things. Next subject. Thank you, Los Angeles. I appreciate you for not being freaking stupid. Thank you. Thank you, Rams, for not being dumb. Because I thought for a second you was going to be a really stupid ass letting that top 5 quarterback out the door. Smart guys. Very smart. Thank you, Rams. I appreciate you. And just because of that, y'all make Sean McVay sleep a lot better at night. Yeah, I saw the report and yeah, Sean McVay can sleep good now. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, but most definitely. You gotta remember, he came on the Pat McAfee show with the biggest smile on his face. See, this is the thing. See, here's the thing about when it comes to quarterbacks like Stafford. I bring up the Ravens. The Ravens did the exact same thing to Lamar Jackson. They told Lamar, go out there, test the market, see what your value is. Bring us a number, and if the number matches, it looks good to us, we'll match it and we'll give you your pay. That's exactly what this is exactly what the Rams did. The Rams basically told Stafford, you go out there, test the market, see what your value is for a 3-year contract. And if it's something suitable that we can pay off, we'll pay it. And that's exactly what they do. One thing the Rams are they're not stupid. They're not going to let somebody like a guy that just remember they traded to get him. He brought them a championship for the first time since 1999.
And there was 27 yards from a freaking win over the Philadelphia Eagles.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like they said, the best place for a quarterback is the one that they're already at right now. He has everything that he probably needs. Probably needs to get another wide receiver to pair with Puka Nacua. But outside, probably two.
They gave rid of Cup. They need a 2.
Yeah, they're gonna need a 2. But outside of that, your trenches are there. The running back is there. You have 2 tight ends.
The defense is definitely there.
The defense got extremely younger, which I believe is going to be better than this last year. So
secondary needs to be addressed though. Secondary, that's it.
Yeah, but that secondary is young. It's going to take time for them to really get going. The point is, when it comes to the Rams, if I'm looking at the NFC West and I'm looking at Stafford, I'm like, I can have the division if I want to. So that can be solidified. The question now is this team good enough to give me one more run at a crack of a title? And after what they did to the Eagles, the answer is yes. So it's great granted, yes, Stafford was underpaid. And he saw the fact that guys like Tua, Trevor Lawrence, all these other bums is making 50 to 55, even Dak making 60 million. He said, "Now look, I got one thing that none of them got. I got a Super Bowl ring. So
and I'm getting paid not even $20 million.
Right. And if I'm not, if y'all don't value me for my worth for what I've done for y'all with these last 4 to 5 years, then I'm walking out the door." And Sean McVay, the GM, said, "We're not gonna let you walk out the door. You can go out there and see what they got. And if they come with an offer, 9 times out of 10, I think next week will probably be the day once they can really start putting cash into their hands. It's probably gonna be close to about 45 to 50 million. And for 3
roughly 49, it'll be 49 mil.
Yeah, that's what I said. Probably within that.
Yeah, it'll be 49 mil. I think 49 mil for I think a 2-year 49 mil.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah.
That's the number. So Stafford will be just fine. This team will be back into contention. But what I do need them to do, I do need them to find another one because his time is getting ready to come up. Go ahead and address this now in this draft class. Guys like Jalen Monroe or Dart can be in that conversation. So if they get it in Triple J, they'll be ready to go.
So, we're not talking about Bosa Jimmy because he is not in my mind.
No. He gone. Bye.
I know, but Stetson Bennett though. Interesting prospect. You try and say they go for another one and Stetson Bennett don't get a chance?
Yeah, because you gotta understand, Stafford's 37. The one thing about most of these GMs, when they see a draft class that's quarterbacks like this, that's not really good, but you can sit behind a backup. I mean, you sit behind a star quarterback and learn within the trenches. 9 times out of 10, by the time by the time the one they got is out the door, the one they got ready to go, mind you, you got Kyra Williams who's in his 20s. You got Puka Nacua that's in his 20s. You got Parkinson that's in his 20s. You got Higbee that's in his late 20s going into 30s. You still have a relatively young offense that you can build around a quarterback in this draft class if you really want to get one, just to solidify it so you won't have to worry about it coming anytime soon. Because if you try and do what you did was just like a Stafford again and see if these quarterbacks are out here, it's not going to be the price is going to be even higher by the time you look at another quarterback in a free agency market. I'd rather go ahead and address the quarterback issue now if you get him like a second or third round, like a Jalen Hurts. Remember, he popped up randomly and was sitting behind Carson Wentz when they were in their title run. And as soon as they realized Carson Wentz ain't got it, you replace with Jalen Hurts, and look how they move now. You got to think like the Eagles. You got to think further out before it gets too late. Because if you wait too late and wait till this contract ends, it's a wrap.
Hi, you
What's up, bro?
Hi.
I'm gonna get on you. Not much, but before you continue, I gotta get on you, Rob, about something. You said Tyler Higbee's in his 30s. You need to address the tight end.
Well, that's what Parkinson is there for. That's the next
right. One. So tight end, we're going on that one. But everything else is actually correct with the Rams situation. The thing is with this, if you get like a quarterback in the third round, I mean like a Euros from Texas might fit the bill. A Quinn Ewers from Texas might fit the bill. And we know that Sean McVay, similar to Sean Payton, can fix quarterbacks, can teach quarterbacks the system, and that's what it's all about. So the Rams, in actuality, they're set for the next 4 to 5 years. So they can dominate the NFC West just like that.
That's what I'm saying. Just keep the train moving, and you're gonna get a quarterback at a cheap price while you're paying everybody else. Because at one point you're gonna have to pay Verse, you're gonna have to pay Fisk, you're gonna have to pay Puka, you're gonna have to pay Kyra Williams, and look, and don't let the other running back get going from Michigan. If he get going, now you got
Blake Curran.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You got the new kid going right now. Go get you a quarterback that's relatively in this draft. Find, like you said, find a Quinn Ewers or Jalen Monroe or somebody like that.
You're not going to come in the podcast and be late. I'm moderated tonight. When I call your name, I call your name. Don't start it here. Okay? I'm moderated tonight. We're going to have order. Okay? Don't interrupt. We're already late. Don't interrupt tonight. Penalty box is in effect. Anybody out of order, put in your penalty box. So you behave yourself. You're out of order. All right? So Rob, you can finish your point.
Yeah, that's all I was addressing. I'm glad that they brought Stafford back, and I know he's with a younger team. That's what I'm saying for a guy. If you're a quarterback in this draft class and you get drafted by the Rams, you are in a gold mine. Because remember, they tried to address this with the quarterback from Georgia. He just couldn't stay off the liquor, and that didn't work out the way. They tried to do what Stetson Bennett, but Bennett couldn't stay off the liquor enough to play football. So now you got a better group of quarterbacks that will probably fall in the middle of the draft, like in second or third rounds. If you can address that issue early and not wait until the next year or two when there's going to be a real quarterback draft class heavy, you'll be fine. I do it right now.
Okay, David. So on to you. The question is, this is what we're talking about. Matthew Stafford, the Rams was very smart of re-signing Matthew Stafford. Your thoughts?
And Petit. I mean, that was Rams was smart. So there was teams out there ready to reach him, ready to get to him and offer him that 50 mil. So the Rams is very smart. Sean McVay, I know he happy for real. Still got his quarterback and stuff like that and everything, which is definitely a good thing and stuff. Sit there and say as far as the Rams, the fact they're gonna lose Cooper Kupp. There's a wide receiver that's about to be released, and he's from California, and the Rams might jump on him. In the name of Devontae Adams. Yeah,
That's another Cooper Kupp moment.
Hey, he spoke over me. Okay, so I feel like
no, this is what I agree. No, hold on. The Cooper Kupp part, I agree with you. The Devontae Adams part is a question mark for me, and this is why. Before I'll let you continue, right? Here's my question to piggyback off of you. You remember they were saying that Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams could be a package deal?
Right. So wherever Aaron goes, Devontae might go.
I feel that's what might happen. I'll let you continue.
It's possible. It's possible because Devontae, when it's like when you're comfortable with someone, especially quarterback, wide receiver, or quarterback, running back combination, you want to stick with that quarterback because you got a bond, and you got chemistry with that quarterback. It's like saying if I'm a quarterback, you my wide receiver, not Wolf, but you're my wide receiver, and I'm telling you to go for a slant. But because they clutter in the middle, you know how to audible on your own for me to get the ball to you. Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers have that combination with each other. You know what I mean? So you might be right on that, but I'm just letting you know. Devontae Adams is from California. He plays ball in Cali too, if I'm correct. I think Fresno State. And hey, that would be a nice pick for the Rams. I'm not gonna lie. But when it comes to
I agree.
As far as the NFL draft with the Rams, they're gonna get a lineman, and I'm gonna tell you they need tackles. They need a tackle. And there's a tackle. They was just talking about him. I can't remember what college he's from. I think I forgot. They were just talking about him. But he's gonna fall into the top 20, into like the top 25. He's gonna fall down in between 20 into the end of the first round. And if he's available, the Rams might jump on him.
I agree.
They need a lineman.
Now here's the next story I will have for y'all.
Okay.
So, gentlemen. T. Higgins has agreed to sign his $28 million franchise tag. I'm gonna let Lone Wolf on this first. How you feel about that whole situation?
T. Higgins is like the Kirk Cousins, the wide receiver version. Don't ever pretend he ain't stealing money. That's the difference. Secondly, so with T. Higgins out the way for a franchise tag, that's basically sending Jamal Chase. That means they're gonna deal with Jamal Chase on his contract, which is he's out under his 5th-year option. That's his 5th-year option to get kicked in. As of right now, and Jamal Chase will be making $21 million. So basically, the Bengals still have time to address the Jamal Chase situation, and they need to ASAP. Because next year, what's going to happen is it's going to be worse. So now as GM of the Bengals, if you don't take care of Jamal Chase by now, next year's going to be worse. Because now both of them are going to be on their way out the door via free agency. So the ball is in your court, Cincinnati. Since you already signed T. Higgins to a franchise tag, I would advise you to take care of Jamal Chase right now before OTAs and or before training camp. The ball is in your court, Cincinnati.
Number one, sister, good evening.
Say it again. I had you on mute.
Oh, good evening.
Yes. So, since you're away, I know you can hear me. So I'm gonna let you in on the same question. Cincinnati and T. Higgins have agreed on their franchise tag. What now?
Not my monkey, not my circus.
Oh, we understand why. Rob, I will defer it over to you. We know why with her. Off the ball.
I think this was a bad move.
Explain why.
One, this is the second time they tagged T. Higgins. So this is it. This is it for the tag. Number two, Joe Burrow has expressed to the team he wants the team back, which means you pay his guys. Number three, and most importantly, Cincinnati is doing exactly what they have always done. Be cheap. They are the cheapest organization in the league. When they get a time, yes,
we might be in competition with them. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we might be in competition with them.
No, they're even cheaper than the one downstairs. And then we get on him a lot, but at least with his team, he might wait till the last minute, but he pays the money. The one thing about Cincinnati, they get good players and they don't pay them at all. I can go through the list of all the players they had back in the early 2000s, and they let them all walk out the door.
Facts. That's
so
a fact.
Now here we go again, 20 years later, and they got a team, a nucleus again, and the only person they've locked down is Joe Burrow, which is the one thing they've actually had to do right about. But now you got his two best wide receivers that actually made him all this money. Now you got them. You got one in a tag for the second time in a row, and then the other one, they're trying to have a conversation with him about his money, and they're far apart. So now we got two bigger problems that Joe's going to have to work with. Remember, last year, Jamar Chase had to take a $50 million insurance policy on himself.
Right.
They didn't want to pay. And now here we go again. Now we're going back to the scene of the crime. We're going back to the same place, and we're still not in the same area. Oh no, this is a bad move for Cincinnati, because you're supposed to learn after last year to lock down your guys. Now you still haven't learned. I hope you lose both.
I'm gonna say.
And before I give it to David, here's the one big problem that Cincinnati have before I turn it over to you, David.
The O-line.
Jamar Chase got
Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Trey Hendrickson.
That's what I'm saying. You got three people that's getting a lot.
The problem is this year, Jamar Chase just won the Triple Crown.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You talking about they're okay? No, they're not.
You should have paid him before he got the Triple Crown.
That's right. Because now you got to pay him more. Now you got to definitely pay him more. You might have to make him the highest paid wide receiver in the league now. I mean, first person to do it.
Right.
I'm about to say, remember, he joked about being the highest paid receiver by $1.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but Cincinnati is left with no goddamn choice, David. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree. They got no choice. They don't have a choice. But let me speak about.
I won't done.
My fault.
You got to remember. He joked about the fact that he wanted to be the highest paid player by $1 over.
He just showed last year.
That was last year. That was a joke.
This year that passed. Sorry.
That dollar has added an extra 8 or 9 zeros that now I really want to be the highest paid wide receiver in the league. So, no, we know you told us. The problem is the Cincinnati organization. You should have told them this. That's their problem. That's their issue. Their issue is, look, like I said, I know Dallas has been named one of the cheapest teams, but at least when they get to that point and they know they have to pay their stars, they end up paying them. It just be too late. The issue with Cincinnati is they wait to the last minute and they still don't pay their stars.
And they let them go.
And they let them walk. I'm telling you now, if I'm T. Higgins next year, I don't care if you pay me the second highest money. I'm walking out the door because I've been disrespected twice. And I've had pretty good seasons under Joe Burrow. I'm gonna show you why Joe Burrow needs me more than y'all, more than ever. And it's gonna start with him, and then it's gonna trickle down to Jamar. And if Jamar walks on top of T. Higgins,
it's a wrap.
Bye.
I'm gonna say this about T. Higgins. I'm gonna say this about T. Higgins. The franchise tag, I think it was a smart move. And I'm gonna say this, and this is the only reason why I say it was a smart move that he took it. He's been injury prone.
Well, we know for him. Well, we're not saying for him it's not a smart move. We're saying for the organization, it ain't a smart move. It
was smart. It was smart on Cincinnati doing that because what you gonna get this man? I mean, T. Higgins deserve he deserve a nice salary contract. I agree. But you've been injury prone. You're probable. I got to see you out. This year coming up, he's going to be able to play a full season. Remember that between the last 2 years, he only played 12 games. He only played 12 games in each of the past 2 seasons. Hold on. But the crazy part about that is, just like y'all talking about Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, if I remember, he was in the top 10 for receiving yards per game. That's number one. Number two, he had 10 touchdowns. He was in the top 5, the top 7, something like that, in scoring touchdowns. I mean, so even with the missed games, he still had productivity. Cincinnati, what are you doing? Pay this man. If I feel like he's smart to take the franchise tag because he knows he's gonna show them that he's worth the contract that he wants. But the funny thing is, like Rob said, he's gonna act like he want to be with Cincinnati. His loyalty is with Cincinnati. His loyalty is with Cincinnati and with Joe Burrow, hands down. But I got a feeling T. Higgins after this year coming in, he's gonna walk away. And the crazy thing is, he's gonna go to a team that got the money to pay him. And Cincinnati do got the money to pay, but he, like you said, he's been disrespected twice. But but the last 2 seasons he's been injury prone. He hasn't played a full season in the last 2 seasons. So you gotta understand on the organization tip, I don't want to get this man a contract if he wound up missing half of the season, like he's been doing pretty much the last 2 seasons. You understand what I'm saying? But in a sense, this man, even though he's been missing half of the season, he's still productive. You understand what I'm saying? Chef, you understand where I'm coming from? It's a pros and the cons with the whole situation. And T. Higgins part, I'm gonna take it to show them that this year is gonna be my full year I play, a full whole year I play, and I'm gonna show them my productivity that I can produce even more than what I did the last 2 seasons combined of 12 games. And probably in the 12th game, I won't be surprised if he in the top 5 with touchdowns. I won't be surprised if him and Jamar Chase be at with each other as far as going for the triple crown. T. Higgins is a good possession wide receiver. He's that dude that made Jamar Chase game easier.
Lomo.
Yes.
You and I. Well, I actually said this first. That I for 5 years I have had this podcast up and running. I've been saying the same thing. You have 3 years with your star players to make a decision. Make a decision, damn it. I said it's only one person that has 2 years, and he resides in the nation capital. They gonna pay him after this year coming up. They ain't got no choice. After what we saw from Jaden Daniels, they need to pay him after 2 years. Forget about 3 years. That's over. He gets a contract. But Don't Wolf, you've been preaching it, and Cincinnati didn't do it. But now Cincinnati got a franchise tag on T. Higgins.
Not to mention, like I said, a 5th-year option on Jamal Chase. So now you considering a double whammy. You considering a double whammy. I mean, I'm sorry. Did you take care of Joe Burrow on year 3? I can recall you took care of Joe Burrow on year 3. So to me, Cincinnati, why you didn't take care of Jamal Chase on year 3 or year 4 before he became Triple Crown? Why you didn't take care of him that? So now, since he took the Triple Crown, Jamal Chase will come to the table and say, break me off of that CD Lamb money or more.
CD Lamb, no, that Justin Jefferson money.
Bingo.
No, see,
damn CD Lamb money. He gonna be the highest paid wide receiver.
He gonna be right about 30. He gonna be right about what, 30, 36, 37 mil.
No.
Jamal Chase, yes.
I say 40, 45.
Order in the court, gentlemen. Hold on. Pause. Highest paid receiver getting 30. Jamal gonna get at least 34, 35.
Wait, how much JJ get a year?
Who?
30.
Okay. So 30, 35. I say 35 now. Okay.
Highest paid is 40. Jamal gonna get at least 34.
Yeah.
Long Wolf continue.
So that was saying. So in any event, congratulations, Daddy Bengals. You just put yourself in harm's way again. Like I said, you took care of Joe Burrow in year 3 without hesitation. Why you take care of Chase? Why you didn't take care of Higgins? Maybe you should take care of Chase.
They could have did it.
Yeah, they could have did it with Higgins too. Because all you gotta do was sign Higgins, and the next ball you could sign Chase. You've been set and ready to go.
See, Higgins
but now, guess what? I think T. Higgins might be on his way out after this year. It's no question that he's on his way out.
Sorry to interrupt y'all, but he might be out this year. Because let's think about it. It might be possible that after he signed the franchise tag, he could still be traded.
Yeah, he can. And I'm saying, and the Rams can use the service for Cooper Cup.
I don't think he's gonna go to LA. T. Higgins might go to Minnesota.
No, Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson holding the fort down.
Wait. T. Higgins don't care about that. He showed that when he played with Jamar Chase.
Let me repeat myself.
Wow. They got a 1 and a 2 over there in Minnesota. They are fine.
Like Rob said a couple weeks ago, that trade Cooper Cup and T. Higgins sound real promising.
Now let's move on. Let's move on real fast. So how should I spin this one? Which leaves the Raiders, the Titans, and the Giants. I'm not worried about us. We have a signal caller.
Okay.
We have a quarterback.
Oh, you're talking about quarterbacks. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, these three don't have no quarterback. So I'm gonna ask y'all 2 questions, and I need it's 2 parts. One, are they going to address it in the draft or in free agency? Actually, it's only one question. Would they be in the draft or in the free agency? Giants.
Free agency.
Draft.
Free agency.
Draft.
No. David, I'm gonna start with you. You said free agency. So
Yeah.
he said free agency.
Yeah.
Who?
Believe it or not, they might go after Aaron Rodgers.
Giants.
Yeah. And I think, and the Giants got the 3rd pick in the draft. If that one person don't get drafted by the Titans or the Browns, we might be seeing a nice two wide receiver collabo and Travis Hunter and Malik Neighbors.
Okay, Rob. Same 2-part question. Same thing.
Draft.
Who?
Fedor. This is a no-brainer. I wouldn't want to touch Aaron Rodgers for nothing in the world, because you got to remember, you just said it yourself. If I'm getting Aaron Rodgers, that means I'm also getting Devontae Adams. I've already seen this story before, and they're both old. It's time to start new, and it's time to look. We've already had a save your job move with Aaron Rodgers, and it got destroyed. Don't do the same thing twice and try to get him again and get Brian Dable and the organization fired.
Well, the GM should have been
That's not the point. Point is, you start over. We go fresh. We go young.
It sounds good. But if the Giants if I got the 3rd pick, and I know for a fact the Titans might pick up a quarterback.
They'll get Cam. They're gonna get Cam.
No, Cleveland gonna get him. Cleveland. I think Cleveland gonna get him.
Let's don't jump ahead. No more. Same question.
Draft.
Who?
I'm gonna go outside the box. How about Dart?
Not that high.
I'm going outside the box a little bit.
He's been doing good in the combine. He did good in the combines now.
I don't think he's gonna jump all the way up to. I don't think Jackson Dart gonna jump all the way up to the top 5.
Yeah.
I'm going outside. I'm going outside the box. Here's why this. Like I said, I don't believe in Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is like a problem. Green Bay ditched him. The New York, and now the Jets have ditched him. So no, I've seen this story before. And since Brian Gable and Solskjaer's job is on Diablo mode, they can't afford no mistakes. One mistake, and they're on their way out the door.
Well, you gotta understand something.
I'll one up on all of you. Everybody's talking about Giants. Do you know Brian Dable and Joe Shane has to make sure that the Giants are a winning team till November to keep their job?
Yeah.
They have till November to keep their job. If they're not relevant by November, them boys
They're gone.
Sayonara, adios, Alice.
Yeah.
Well, Ali, here's the thing. I challenge you with what Antonio was saying about Jackson Dart. We had a quarterback that no one thought that would be a number 1 overall pick, and he ended up being one that no one ever thought it would be one. That's Baker Mayfield. Remember his draft class? He was not even thought of being in the 1st round, and Cleveland surprised everybody and got him as their number 1 overall pick. So I'm not going to be surprised if Jackson Dart, for some odd reason, gets in this first round. It would not surprise me. You got to remember, one thing they can't teach size when it comes to a quarterback. And he's the prototypical size for a quarterback in this.
6'5", 6'6", right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 6'5", 6'6", yeah. Yeah, he got good precision with his arm. He showed that in the combine. He did. I'm not gonna lie. He looked good in that combine. And he can run the ball too.
Okay, well, we'll see about that. So, next team, Tennessee. Lone Wolf, you first.
Draft.
No.
Yeah. Let me see here. This might be Cam Ward's game to go to. This might be Cam Ward.
Rob?
That was kicked.
Same. And I just thought about it. And I thought about why I thought about this.
That's why you ain't caught on.
I think Cleveland's going to surprise us and get that defensive end as their number one pick because they got to find a trade partner for what's his face for Miles Garrett. So if I'm gonna get rid of one, I need to replace one.
Replace one. Mm-hmm.
So they might get him as the number one, and I think Cam's gonna fall at 2.
Right.
David, you agree?
Tennessee getting a quarterback in the first round? Yes. Yes, you can't trust no Mason Rudolph and Will. What's called name? You can't trust them. Cam Ward. I say Cam Ward.
I will agree. I'll agree to that. I know y'all don't like talking about the Raiders, but we gotta seriously talk about it. So let's talk about them.
It's fine. It's draft. I don't care.
Draft?
You know what?
Yes.
I'm going to say free agency.
Cool.
And I will go after Sam Darnold. He's going to be probably one of the lowest expensive quarterbacks out there because of how he played in the last bit of the season. So you might can get him probably at a 3-year, $35 million at the most. I can see him for it just to see what he can do.
He's gonna be tinkering 40.
Yeah. So I would get a vet quarterback in that building because you got to think about it. With the AFC West, you're going to have to compete now. Because with the Chargers being what they are, us Broncos being who we are, and the Chiefs being the Chiefs, with Tom Brady now being in the helm with Pete Carroll, oh no. He gonna want to start out the gate. And if you want to start out the gate, go ahead and get a guy like Sam Darnold and try to get him out of Minnesota. And I would use that pick to probably get an offensive lineman.
No. I think.
Tony?
I'm going free agency. And I'm going outside the box. You said something about giving a little bit cheap dirt, right? Or for a quarterback, right?
I said relatively cheap. $35 million ain't cheap.
No.
Well,
there's a quarterback out there.
There's a low over. There's nobody else. Thank you very much. They said, but I'm going outside the box. I'm not going to say Sam Darnold. I would say Justin. I'm not going to say Sam Darnold. I would say Justin Fields.
No.
No, nah. That's a good one too.
I got an interesting one
I'm
too.
gonna say Justin Fields, and here's why. You can, if you're the Raiders, you can get him for like less than what, $12-13 million for dirt cheap. Not only that, now you have an opportunity to either draft a quarterback, or you can draft yourself a like Rob said, maybe an offensive line. But you know what? The hell with that. Give me a running back.
They got Zamir White. He's decent. He's a decent
Zamir White, no.
If Ashton Genty come around the board, I'm taking Ashton Genty over.
Thank you.
No.
Yep.
If the running back from North Carolina is on the board, I'm taking
Hampton. Okay.
I agree with them. Look, one thing I will respond to Lil Wolf on his take. Now, if y'all know Pete Carroll's philosophy, y'all know his philosophy, right? Is running the ball.
Yeah.
Justin Fields is fit that bill. Now,
There's somebody else. There's somebody else that do too.
Go ahead. Who you thinking?
Well, first I will say with the Raiders that they're gonna go free agency, and with their draft pick, they're gonna get a wide receiver.
I didn't ask about the draft pick. I said you said.
But hey, they gave theirs.
Yeah, I would say we kind of gave that away. So
we did.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I think free agency. I think it's gonna be a reunion. I think he's gonna pick up Russell Wilson.
Oh Lord!
Who don't know Pete Carroll like Russell Wilson do, and that would be a beautiful reunion because who don't know Pete Carroll scam like Russell Wilson do? Think about it.
Can I piggyback?
Why are you so loud?
I'm not loud, but I want to piggyback.
Get on the camera. Talk about it.
I don't want to get on the camera.
Girl,
Girl, listen to me.
so
I was gonna say Russell Wilson too. And David, I don't ever agree with your ass. You can't get right. So
that's all right.
But
all right for this moment.
I think that Russell Wilson, because does he still have one more year on his Broncos contract?
Yeah.
Nope. Still no.
Yes, he does.
This is
yes,
only
he does. Yes, he does. He got one more year.
Year one. We got one more year of the
There's
bill.
one more year.
Oh, you talking about? Oh no, are you talking about unrestricted free agent? He's a free agent this year. But yeah, as far as all the money goes, we still own one more year. So that's right.
Poor Broncos.
Don't forget he went to Pittsburgh. He went to Pittsburgh taking the minimum.
He did.
He went to Pittsburgh. He went to Pittsburgh taking the minimum.
Why he won't go to the Raiders and do the same thing and still collect it from Denver?
Order the court.
So he went to Pittsburgh. He took the minimum. He could go to the Raiders and they don't have to pay him a whole lot of money. That leaves him some money to play with, to do some things, to make some things shake. Okay? And Russell Wilson in a dome. You see what I'm saying? 17 years in, and now he's in a dome. You're playing half your games in a dome. That's better climate for him. That's better conditioning for him. That puts him to an advantage. You know, those seasoned quarterbacks need that type of environment. Those warm environments to stay loose. Everywhere he's played has been cold. Could you imagine if you put Russell Wilson in somewhere that's warmer where he can stay loose? He still got an arm on him. And now you spend your money to get some O-line to protect him because he's old. We agree he is old. But he's familiar with Pete. Get him a good quarterback of the future out the draft and sit him behind Russell Wilson.
Let him learn the system.
And keep it moving.
And I'm gonna elaborate on Sis. The same way they could get Russell Wilson is the same way they might get DK Metcalf. Pete Carroll might bring him over to the Raiders.
No.
Why not? Why not?
You're reaching.
No, but Pete Carroll gonna reach too.
I know,
DK Metcalf went out of Seattle.
Okay, so here's my thing, right? Y'all know that breakup with him and Wilson, I mean, y'all don't think about that?
It was amicable. It was business.
It was business.
And Russ has come out and said, I ain't got nothing but love for Pete. The breakup was business. It was business.
So you think they can rekindle the relationship?
Absolutely.
Because let's tell the truth. Every player at one point in their career goes to get that bag. Okay?
That's true.
Russ went and got his bag. Now he collecting the bag from several teams. Well, one team. One. You know,
that part.
Y'all talk about somebody stealing money.
Thank you, George. Thank you, George Paxton.
Well, he
picked the right thing to steal money from.
Hold on. Let me address her right quick.
You address her.
And
Let me shut up because I understand
too late. Yup, too late. Too late.
I was, hey, Rob, before you dress her, go ahead and dress her. Come dress somebody else down there too. So I got you. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. I got you.
Let me finish my comment.
No, because see, I ain't gonna let you keep going with that one.
He need to go in the penalty box because she was still talking. He talking over her.
No, but let me finish my comment. Let me finish the comment. Like I said, Russell Wilson would be a great pick for them. It would cost them little to no money out their pocket.
That part.
And they would have plenty of money because if they presented, hey Russ, if we can get you at this, we can go either get these players in the draft or we can find out what's out their O-line to find the best O-line to protect you. Because we know you're older. We know you need this. You're gonna need a little bit more. I think that with Brock Bowers,
he gonna need wide receiver help.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't got no good wide receivers.
He likes to throw the big dude.
Okay, you finished.
I'm done.
And not only that, the offensive coordinator is Chip Kelly. Come on now. Come on. We forgetting about that.
We finish here.
Go ahead, husband. Hold on, let husband get me.
Everybody finish. Everybody is hooping and hollering about this. Let's get one thing straight. First of all, you talking about somebody stealing a bag. At least he stole a bag with a ring with it. So let's get that covered. At least with him, he stole a bag and he got a ring first, then the bag. Half these people are still in bags and can't even get a NFC championship bid. So I don't even want to hear talking about stealing no bag.
Thank you.
Let's get that covered right now before y'all even go off of Russell Wilson. Don't come for that man. We ain't sent for you. That man, at least he got
He's smart. I say he's smart.
I believe he's smart. So let's get that covered. He's smart. He's smart with the bag. I ain't like Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins stealing money here, and I can't even get to a playoff game. So let's cut that noise out.
Hey, they got that thing, but Dak Stack speaks. I mean, I understand the playoff part. I'm with you on that. But when it comes to his stats for the years that went by, have improved to the point. Not this year that passed, but the year prior, he was runner up for MVP. People don't realize don't know that.
Hold on,
no.
Sir.
Let's say it like it is. Let's say it like it is. Even though
Rob,
Dak Prescott was runner up. Y'all want to talk about Dak? I get y'all. I feel y'all on the playoff part. I feel y'all on the playoff part. I'm with y'all on that. Like I said, I'm a Cowboy fan, but I'm a realist too. His stats has improved except for this year because he got hurt.
Okay, hold on a second.
Now, back to where we were going with this. I don't mind the Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll reunion. However, if I'm Russell Wilson, I went to Pittsburgh playing for $1 million. Not going to a tax-free state paying $1 million. You have lost your damn mind. The minimum, if I'm going to walk in that building, at minimum, if you're going to do that to me at least for 1 year in a tax-free state, I got to get at least 20.
Vegas is tax-free?
Yes, Vegas is tax-free.
Yeah, it's tax-free.
Nevada is tax-free.
I'm at least walking in there with $20 million. You got to understand. I'm getting $40 million from the Broncos, and that's cut in half.
Pete and Tom Brady gonna take care of Russell.
I'm getting cut in half. As a starting quarterback in the league.
I get that.
For 1 year, I at least want 20.
You don't even have to give him 20 because let me put it like this. Hold on, let me finish.
I'll let you go. I'm not done.
But I'm talking about the
Ma'am, I'm not done. I let you be quiet. I'll be quiet. I was on my end. Now you be quiet on my end. The only reason why I'm saying $20 million because I've seen all these bums making 30 and 35, and they're starting. They can't get a playoff. I'm Russell Wilson, damn it. I'm the man of the year. I am a Super Bowl champion, and I won it with Pete. If I'm going back into the AFC West and deal with the monsters of the likes of the Chargers and the Broncos and the Chiefs, I'm walking in that door with $20 million. Because if I don't get, and mind you, you're not only just getting me, you're also getting my wife. You're also bringing not only the
residency there?
Bingo, which is why another reason why I need 20 to walk through the door.
No, because you just said it's tax free.
Yeah.
Right? Well, so it's tax free, which means the dollar is worth more than take less money, but it's worth more money, if that makes sense. So if he takes $20 million, you take in 40% off of that.
That's $10 million. That's fine.
Yeah.
I can deal with 10.
So let's just say he says, I'll walk through the door for 13. 13 is really what he's going to end up if he gets paid 20.
No. Yesterday's price ain't today's price when it comes to quarterbacks.
I understand that, but if he's getting paid 20, 13 to 14 is what $20 million is after taxes.
Trevor Lawrence is making $50 million and is cutting half. That's 25, and he ain't won 2 games.
Well, you made one. you voluntarily went to Pittsburgh and got paid $1 million because you was getting more money from the Broncos. So if
Pittsburgh was the only team that won
but
him.
You're still getting paid what you said, $40 million for the Broncos, which is 20. And if you take let's just say 13 or 15 million from Vegas, not tax, you're making $35 million. What difference does it make? Potato to potato, you still getting your money.
I want my 20 back from them.
He's gonna end up making like almost 20. He's gonna make like 18 to 19 million.
Yeah.
After taxes.
Okay.
More than that. You said 40 million. 40 is 20 plus another 13 not tax. He's making 30-something million.
Give me the other 7.
No. Okay. You had that one person right, Rob. Let me get to the other person. You downstairs, sir. You mentioned about Dak Prescott saying he got stats, but the stats lately have not entered into an NFC Championship game nor a Super Bowl in his ring. Secondly, on the other hand, I'll get it. But you didn't say that part. You forgot about that part. You said the stat part, but you
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't mention about the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl appearance. You didn't mention about them two. So you mentioned about playoffs, but you didn't mention about the playoffs specifically. And if I was you, sir, I will be talking about my cat face with the Broncos because you have no cat face to work with because
we're gonna be fine.
55% of your money is going to Parsons, Lamb, and Prescott.
And you know the funny thing is, we still gonna be good.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Next
but anyway, I stop it. I took care of that part.
Yeah, you tried it. But next topic.
Get to the girls.
Next topic.
Can I have something to say, please?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
Duke just whooped some more ass tonight. Lord, Cooper Flag, 28 points. Hey, listen. I know Auburn is the number 1 team and is the best team in the country. Hands down. There is no debate in that. But you.
Me?
I ain't even gonna talk about you. Yeah, you over there.
What about me?
Yeah, you. Cause you're the only one. Cause you're the only man who didn't have no kind of faith about Duke. Three of us knew what was going to happen this year with us being raining down terror.
Let me tell you something.
Not your turn, David.
You were the only one that wasn't a believer. You're good for nothing all.
In my past, I am a wholesome man now. Thank you very much. But go ahead. Anyway, I ain't no hoe. In my past, sir.
Hey, let no wolf, Bob, and I take a victory lap because we saw this coming.
I'm listening.
I ain't got nothing to say. I gonna let the rest speak.
I mean, here y'all go.
We ain't got a basketball right now. I changed the subject.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Let me say this. Y'all was riding a train this season already, and they got bumped by the lowest ranked team in the NFL in the playoffs. Y'all was talking about Detroit. Detroit this, Detroit that. Detroit is a great team. Look what happened. Washington Young young Washington team came back and won. Hold on.
We're not even talking NFL anymore. We're talking college basketball.
We're in college.
We're in college. Thank you.
Anyways, continue, Rob, please. I don't know what's wrong with him talking about Detroit. I'm already out the NFL. All the NFL can't get right.
Okay. What was that?
I'm trying to explain, and you sitting there cutting me off. The same way y'all was talking about Detroit is the same way. Even though we talking about college, right? Y'all sitting there all on Duke, and I'm telling you, there's 3 teams that if Duke see them in the March Madness, they could beat them.
I'm listening.
For one, Houston. Don't sleep on Houston.
Houston might not even make it to see us. Next.
I say Houston for one. I say Florida for 2.
I'll agree to that. Depends on how good they shoot. If they can't shoot, we'll fuck them up. Next.
And then, I mean, of course, the ultimate. I ain't gonna lie. I think Bama will give y'all a problem.
Bama, I will agree with.
So then I'm gonna say 4 teams because Auburn is a different. They remind me so much, even though we up to date. Auburn is that team. That whole team down to the guard play. They beasts. They're physical. Now Duke is a good team, a great team. They are a hell of a great team. I give credit when credit is due. They a finesse team. They surround themselves around the perimeter. They spread the ball. They spread the ball around. Number 1. Number 2, they isolate. They give each other space to operate and do their thing. But when you got a team like Auburn and a team like Alabama and a team like Florida, who's in the top 10 for defense, they're gonna cause problems. Duke has not been challenged. Yet. They have not been challenged yet. The only team that challenged them was Kentucky, and Kentucky beat them. And that was in the beginning of the season.
Let me have this, man. Rob, get out the way for this one, please.
Come on.
First and foremost, you have said the asinine thing I ever heard in my life. That's what number 1. Now let me get back to put my glasses back on. You had your chance anyway. The only one like this. You said something about Kentucky, but lately Kentucky been getting beat down bum rush lately. So I know about Kentucky.
I'm talking about with Duke. I ain't talking about right now.
Okay, right now we're talking about right now. Duke. Let me tell you who can stop Duke. And Rob, agree with me with this one if you like this. Themselves. That's who can stop Duke. Themselves. I don't trust Houston because when they get to Sweet 16, they struggle.
They're different
Sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Florida, they're up and down. Alabama, they don't have the same team that they had last year that got to the Final Four. So the only person that can stop Duke is themselves.
Okay.
And that's the only one that can stop them.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay. That's who can stop Duke.
Okay. Okay, you're right.
See, David, you got to understand something that I've been watching most of Duke's games from the start of it to now. See, the beauty of what this team is. See, when we first saw Duke, they did not know each other worth anything. They didn't know each other. When they played Kentucky, that was like, their 4th game of the season?
Right.
Kentucky has transfer players. Transfer players know how big games are. But as the year has gone on, and all I said was, if they get more games in, and when they go to the ACC, Duke will be a different team by the time March showed up. And here they are, the number 2 team in the country. Back where they were from the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that changed about Duke is the fact they had more game reps. Cooper had 28, 8, and 7 with 3 blocks and 2 steals tonight.
Okay.
Now, I understand that Auburn, you got to understand, Auburn all their players, their starting 5 are all mostly transfers and 5th-year seniors. I expect Auburn to be this good this year because they had no choice. Bruce Pearl has no choice because he knows this. And the one thing about Houston had 2 years to get it right, and they didn't. And didn't one of those years they bumped into a team called Duke and lost? I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you're expecting me to believe that Houston can do this again after 3 years? No.
Yeah, different teams.
The worst part about David, you done. The worst part about last year is they were at home. They were in Houston.
They sure was.
They had everything in their favor, and they still lost.
That's all right.
It's not all right. If I'm in my home, I don't let nobody come in my home and beat me. Let alone I play in the same building that they were playing in. Mind you, they played in Houston's building. They know that building. They just won the Big 12 in that building. Still can't get past to the Final Four. So I love Kevin Sampson. I do. I really love him. He had 2 years to get it done. I think 2 years ago was his best team he's ever had.
Yes.
He didn't get it done.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I can agree with you on that one. 2 years ago, they had a monster squad. They did, and this year,
2 years ago, still can get it done. Last year, most of those guys came back, still couldn't get it done. They're playing Kansas right now, and they're only up by 5.
Kansas can't. Despite Kansas' record, Kansas is still can compete.
But David, this is the problem. Hold on. I got him. So this is the problem. You just said, despite Kansas' record, they're still good, right?
They still can compete. They still compete. They still competing, right?
I said they're still competing.
Right.
I don't care about competing. I want one thing and one thing only. I want a Big 12 championship. If I can't get past the Big 12, don't come for Duke in the ACC.
On Houston part, I understand that.
I understand that. David, you're done talking. I don't need you to understand.
No, Rob. This is what I want to seriously say to David about Kansas, right? This is why I don't. This is what a thing you need to know about Kansas. You realize for the last couple years when they get in the tournament they choke. So what make you want to believe in Kansas this year after how they've been looking recently?
No. We talking about the game right now. Houston and Kansas playing right now.
I know, but this is my thing though, right, my boy? I can't put my faith in that team after for the last 5-6 years. After for the last 5-6 years, Bill Self been choking his ass off in the tournament. I can't believe in that team. I don't believe in them. I'm just saying, like Kansas, regardless of I don't know what's up with them, but they still have. I mean, they still compete for people, but they've been getting beat. They've been getting beat real bad by some teams.
Dude, if I were them, I would put them on the outside looking in right now. They're 19-10.
What that mean?
I don't think they're that good. They stole.
I agree with you, but it's any given night.
They stole Leonard Dickinson from Michigan, and he has not panned out to do anything.
He has not been good.
Hold on a second. Now, can't get right this say something about Auburn. Like Auburn can beat Duke. Well, let me help you out.
Oh boy.
Did Duke beat Auburn this year?
They haven't played each other this year.
They haven't played each other. They did. December 4th. No. December 4th. They did.
Oh.
Duke beat Auburn 84-78.
When they played.
Oh. See, well, there you go. See.
When did they play?
December the 4th.
It must be. Was it the Maui tournament?
I think out of Maui.
Come on now.
Yep.
And
tournament.
Let me help you out.
Who won the Maui tournament?
Auburn didn't Auburn win the Maui tournament? But they took that one loss to Duke.
Yeah, and good old Cooper Flagg had a double-double, 22 and 11. So what I tell you?
Nothing. He had a good game.
Nothing. So like I say, you worry about.
He had a double.
Now, I will give David his point. Being that it was in December, that is way too early compared to where we're at now. Because these teams look a lot different compared back into December. So I will have to agree with him. It's a lot different.
Just like Duke is the whole team is their chemistry is building up. Auburn is serious. Auburn went to the toughest place. Auburn went to 2 tough places and destroyed they destroyed them teams. They went to Bama and they went to Kentucky and they destroyed them.
As long as they win the SEC tournament, I really don't.
Oh yeah, hands down, they should. Hands down, they should. If they don't win the SEC, Florida will.
I ain't gonna say hands down. I ain't gonna say hands down because if they meet a team like Vanderbilt that likes to shock people, don't be surprised.
Vanderbilt, I like. That's one of my shocking teams. I do like Vandy. I do like them.
Yeah. See, SEC tournament, I can't wait to see because I'm gonna give you a preview of the tournament because the majority of the SEC
about 6 or 7 teams coming out of there.
Yeah, a lot of them, and a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
So, but I want to go over to the women.
Yes, Lord.
Let's talk about these women. The women's tournament is going to be so sick. You got. Let me just set the stage. You got a UConn team that beat South Carolina.
In South Carolina.
You got a USC team with Juju over there in the Pac-12, still kicking ass. You got UCLA. A lot of people don't talk about them because they're in the West, but I need to remind people they are a very good, dangerous team.
Yeah.
And we still have LSU.
Don't forget about Texas.
I wasn't done.
Oh, my bad.
Yes, thank you, sir.
My bad.
Hey, you good. And since you mentioned Texas, please don't forget them. South Carolina, you have your hands full. How do y'all see this women panning out? Rob, I'll go with you first.
Who going first?
You, Rob, you.
Yes. I kind of already saw it the other day with UCLA and USC. That's how I think this tournament is going to go. And I said it from the beginning of the year that Juju's squad is the one I picked to win it all. And they're showing why. Notre Dame has had their bumps. South Carolina had their bump. Connecticut has had their bump. The only team I have yet to see get a real bump is USC. And everybody was claiming that UCLA was this dominant team with Laura Betts in them. And I said, okay, when they see a Juju and that freshman girl that's coming there and giving Juju some help, this team is going to be unstoppable. And they have shown not once, twice.
Yeah.
That UCLA just got bent over and just went.
Belt the ass.
Every time USC, it ain't worth it.
Yeah.
I love women. I like again. Texas, good. I think they'll fit into their group. Duke is good. North Carolina, good. NC State, good. Notre Dame, great. It's a lot of teams this year on the girl side that has a lot. But nobody right now can go on the planet one-on-one and stop Juju Watkins. Nobody, and I do mean this, and I said it truthfully. I say it truthfully, and I mean it with all my heart. Nobody can stop Juju Watkins. She is the player of the year. She
Definitely.
needs to be talked about just as much as Caitlin Clark did for those that 3-year run that she had. She needs the exposure. She needs to be loved. She needs to be embraced. And the WNBA should be chomping at the bits when the day she decides to walk out the door and go into the W.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Let's see here. You said something about UCLA every time they beat USC, right? Here you go. Like that.
Every time this year. Second time
Every
this year.
time.
Destroyed by
Every time I hear that soundbite, I think about somebody
Let me tell you, when you got the greatest woman basketball player that ever played, high fiving you from the stands as you running down that court, you a bad mofo. Cheryl Miller, when she got her seat and high five Juju in that game. That's love right there. That's love. Word.
I mean, greatness recognize greatness.
That part. I agree.
The thing is with this tournament going on, this coming up tournament is, here's my thing. You got Texas, yes, making noise. USC, yes, they're making noise. Everybody trying to make a little noise in here. But I have one kicker. As long as Dawn Staley and Gino is still around, it's going to be between them two. Until one or two gets out of the way, I don't care if you're Juju. I don't care if you're Texas. I don't care if you're UCLA. I don't even care if you're Notre Dame. As long as Dawn Staley and Gino is in the tournament, there is nothing you can do about it until one of those two or both of them gets out the way. So you can say you can praise them all they want, but as long as Gino and Dawn are still in the tournament,
yeah,
they say, come here. You gotta come meet the Reaper first before you go anywhere else. It's just like back in the old days. As long as Gino and Pat was still there, you gotta go meet the two Reapers. Right. And right now, the two Reapers are Dawn and Gino.
And he has a point.
They are the OGs. They are the OGs. They best.
He has a point because he has a very solid point with that, because in order for you to get a national title, you have to beat either one of them.
Yeah,
but only one.
That's why I say, like you said, the women's it's gonna be tough this year. But don't be surprised about UConn. Don't be surprised about South Carolina still being in the Final Four.
I don't ever be surprised about UConn.
So I agree with Wolf on having a Gino and having a Dawn Staley as a head coach. Yeah, it's the playoff. The season is different. The playoffs is different than the season, and them two coaches are beasts.
Them two coaches, when it comes to tournament time, beasts. You want to talk about two coaches that's more prepared than anybody?
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay. This is my only problem with that. USC beat UConn this year already at UConn, so that already eliminates that conversation. So the fact that they've already beaten them once and they can go ahead and do it again, bye, Gino. I love Paige. I love what they got. Look, this is the one thing I've always said. All Juju needed was experience in tournament play. Well, you gave her that last year as she crossed the Final Four line and lost to Paige. Now she knows Paige. Now she knows her cadence. Now she knows how they rolls. Right. I ain't trusting. Sorry. If I got to see UConn and USC again, I'm going USC's way. My issue with South Carolina, there is no real star to take over. It's a bunch of.
That's what makes them a problem. because you never know who's gonna do what.
David, but here's the problem: you might not know who's gonna do what, but I'd rather know the person that is going to do something than the one that I don't know what the hell they're going to end up doing. And if I got a girl like Juju Watkins that can do everything, and then I got players that can do just about the same, I'll take that any day of the week than a bunch of players that are just I can get it one night, you can get it one night, or you can get one night. In tournament time, it's about your stars.
And I'm gonna say, I'm glad you said that, because, like you said, by Paige from UConn, and this is what I'm gonna say about Juju. She's a phenomenal player. I love the way she plays, but she's only one person.
But that's why they picked up the freshman guard this year, because you gotta remember, Juju took the ball all year last year. She was
right. She sure did.
Now she ain't the point guard. Now she's roaming around. Now she's making plays for others. And that's the reason why Juju is still averaging 24 with 8 rebounds, 5 assists. The girl is a problem.
She is. She definitely is.
And she's playing in a tougher, and mind you, and I'll be real about it, she's playing in a tougher conference than both South Carolina and UConn.
Oh,
don't sleep on the Big Ten. Big Ten's got with UCLA, Maryland, Michigan State. Don't.
I'm about to say that Big Ten is something, because if I remember, you talking about USC, they went to a Big Ten place and lost this year.
Yeah,
they went to Iowa.
They did.
They lost on the same day as they retired Caitlin Clark jersey. I was mad at the mother, because I'm like, wow, why they had to lose that? Why USC had to lose that game? But
because it was Caitlin Clark. Come on now, you know better. Huh? It's Caitlin Clark. You know better than that.
No. They retired her jersey that day.
And again, it's Caitlin Clark in the building. You think they're gonna lose? No, they're gonna lose. Lost your mind. Right. Point is, and I'm looking at teams right now. Do you know the Big Ten could be represented by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams in the Big Ten on the women's side? That's just the women's side. Literally, and the bad part about it, 9, 10, and 11 all got 10 wins in the conference, and they're outside looking in.
Those are the bubbles. Those are the ones.
Those are the bubble teams. The bubble teams are 19 and 10, 19 and 10, 18 and 11. And that's in the Big Ten.
Okay.
The Big Ten is a tougher conference than the SEC women. And
absolutely.
Mind you, in the American Athletic Conference, ain't nobody in that conference outside of UConn. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's a cakewalk for UConn.
I mean, ACC is tough too. ACC is tough. ACC is tough too now.
Always been.
Yeah. My thing is that I say, yeah, Juju, she definitely should be. She definitely should be player of the year. She do her thing. I like her. I like that Paige from UConn too.
Oh, and by the way, y'all. Oh, by the way, before we continue, there has been a breaking news in the NBA. Kyrie had to be helped off the court.
Woo! While we going breaking news,
grabbing his knee.
There's a breaking news too. The Minnesota Vikings they're gonna franchise tag Sam Darnold.
They're not going. They just said they're not franchising him by Tuesday. That's broken news. The Kyrie one is the bigger news because of how.
I'm sorry. They are not to expect the franchise. Okay. So
Kyrie is the bigger issue because of where they are for seeding wise in the NBA. You got to remember, they're now outside looking in. They're not in the playoffs. They're in the play-in. And with everybody else going down and Kyrie being down next,
injury prone. It's a wrap.
This could be it for Dallas.
Oh yeah. So far so good. Lakers are winning the trade.
Yeah.
I got two more topics I wanna go ahead and cover real quick. David, this weekend you was a very, very angry man. Tell the world why.
Oh my God. That damn tank fight. That Tank
Talk
fight.
to us, bro.
Let me tell you something. I'm just gonna start and say this. When you, first of all, the part, y'all, I know y'all hate me saying that P word. When I seen the beginning of that fight, that referee, I'm like, hell no. He was in Money Mayweather's last exhibition fight. If y'all remember the drama and the turning point of Mayweather's exhibition fight is when they switched the referees. John Gotti's son was feeling some type of way. They switched the referee and they brought in that cockeyed mofo. Referee that was refereeing the other night in Tank fight. He don't call nothing. He's on the payroll. I didn't like the way they did Lamont Roach. Boxing used to be a sport. It's like at any given night, anybody could win. It's physical and it's dangerous at the same token. But at the end of the day, Tank, you got your ass whooped. You met your match. See, I follow boxing. Lamont Roach Jr. He's always been a problem, even in his amateurs. Him and Tank fought in the amateurs, and he beat Tank. People don't talk about the amateurs because the amateurs don't mean nothing when you become a professional. But Tank, his promoters, Tank, his people, his crew, they warned him to not take that fight with Lamont Roach, and he took it. Don't get me wrong, Tank hit him with his best punches. Lamont Roach ate that and hit him with his best punch and rocked him, knocked him backwards. The part that got me in that fight was round 9 when he put his hand to the canvas. Let me tell you something. I know, listen, in the rules of boxing, if you put your hand on the canvas, that is considered a knockdown. I was so mad about that because they robbed Lamont Roach. That's considered a standing count. Then that mofo at the end gonna talk about he had hair grease in his eye. He had got his hair done a couple of days before the boxing fight. He had hair grease in his eye. Where the hell was the hair grease at between round 1 and round 8? Before round 9 happened, you did what you did. You kept on looking at that ref, letting that ref, I'm about to do something drastic. This is the problem with boxing. Boxing is all about money now. It's not about heart. It's not they need to stop. They need to stop these boxers and these people that deal with the promotion. Al Heyman, for one, Larry Hazzard's, number 2. They need to stop them. Too much money being played with, and at the end of the day, you're mumbling in people's ear when it's time to go to the decision. If you see my videos I sent, but he told Lamont Roach, "You're not going to win this fight." How you going to tell somebody they ain't going to win the fight before the fight go on? Did y'all know that they bet each other $20K on who was going to win that fight? Between them two, they had a personal bet. My whole thing in the matter is Tank is not going to give him a rematch. Tank is not going to give him a rematch because he know he's going to get that ass whooped. And Lamont Roach, because of that fight with Tank, kudos to him. Kudos to him for whooping that ass and putting that man in his place. Like he said, I am Tank. He made it perfectly clear. I am Tank. I'm him. People didn't understand that. He ruled Tank in the amateurs. And he ruled Tank Saturday night. Tank ain't got nothing on him. So I did feel a way about the ref and the politics of that damn fight. It shouldn't have been no draw. Roach should have won.
Anybody got anything to add to that?
I technically don't have nothing to add to that. I actually take that back. I do. This ain't the first, like I said, this ain't the first time that.
Of course not.
Like this ain't the first time that all this will happen. And what's the golden rule in MMA and boxing? You never leave the decision in the hand of the judges. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a superstar. I don't care if you're an amateur. I don't care if you're Mama Grits. So as far as I'm concerned, they're doing. You saying they're doing it for money? Well, George Foreman said this the best. That George Foreman said this, and this was during the Richard Hall Roy Jones Jr. fight, if I remember correctly. They don't have a pension plan. And they don't in boxing. They don't have a pension plan. And George Foreman's right. And they don't. So whatever money they're making, that's their money to at least try to retire or something. So you try to make money as much as you can. All right. In the old days of boxing, yeah, it's been hard some of that. But nowadays it's all about the money because, there is no pension plan in boxing. There is no retirement plan in boxing. After you retire and do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, unless you finish.
Yeah, there is none. You got to make your retirement. All right. Now, with the Gino Davis situation, yeah, I watched the whole fight. And let's face it, Roach was stalking him from start to finish.
Absolutely.
He was stalking him from start to finish. And the thing is, when you get a guy that hits you, and he ain't backing down, you gonna be in for a long night, no matter what.
Facts.
And that's something right there. So when I watch the fight, I say to myself, if you are struggling with Lamont Roach Jr. in this fight, I can imagine what you're going to struggle with Shakur Stevenson, or better yet, Keyshawn Davis.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine what you're going to do. And that's why the reason why he didn't want no parts of Keyshawn Davis right now. And Keyshawn Davis is ahead of his prime. Believe it or not, he's ahead of the schedule.
Yeah.
As of now. And like this. And I'm glad I'm gonna salute Keyshawn Davis because he ain't doing the Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker mode. At least you go out there and try to make big money outside of Norfolk. Because that was Sweet Pea Whitaker's problem was. Sweet Pea Whitaker had an opportunity to make money in Las Vegas, New York, everywhere. He chose not to. He want to live the hood life. Keyshawn is not living about the hood life. Keyshawn wants to live the right life.
What is the right life? What is the right life?
What I mean by that is he want to be better than Whitaker, Pernell Whitaker.
That's never going to happen.
Oh, shit. It is.
No.
Yeah. And right now, to believe it or not, he is better than Whitaker.
Here we go. Go ahead. Carry on. Carry on.
So that's my deal.
No. Final thing.
Oh, I wanted to go.
Final. You want to go? Go ahead. What you got?
First of all, first of all, this is what happens when you get away from Floyd. See, when you think you're better than Floyd and you think you can do it without him, this is what happens.
Yup.
You should have just stuck with Floyd, let him be in your camp. I mean, the man is a boxing facade. I mean, the man is great. The man has got you here this far. Why would you get away from it now? Why would you do that?
Floyd was robbing him out of his bread.
It don't matter. He's still making you. It's still making you bread. I mean, he's a promoter. He knows how this works.
But
David, I let you go for 20 minutes and they ain't say a goddamn thing. Shut up. I let you be mad and rant about this and call us at 12, 1 o'clock in the goddamn morning about this. Shut up. Stay in the corner.
Fuck that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I knew something was up with this fight when he brought Jim Jones and Jewels out there. I said, oh, God. I went to sleep. Once I saw Jim Jones and Jewels came out there, I said, oh, yeah. No. Come on now. You can't be doing that. You can't bring Jims and Jewels out there. They're not even relevant in their own home. You gonna bring him out here? Get the hell out of here! You don't do that.
That part.
You don't go to
I'm sorry.
Brooklyn and bring
He
them
ain't lying. He
shows
ain't
out.
lying though. He ain't lying.
What the hell is wrong with you, Tank? And then to make matters worse, then you decided to go ahead and then you decided to switch teams up. That's another reason why you lost. You switch your teams up. You put your best guy now on the bottom of the shelf and put one of your other guys up,
On
and
the
they
top.
didn't help you at all. They didn't help you at all, bro. You look. Some things when it's just simple and it's already been
Keep it
done,
like that.
you keep duplicating. That's what got you here this far. That's why you're undefeated. That's why you were a knockout savant. But now you just grown into just a fighter now that hopefully that they can get himself back. Because you really did lose this fight. It won't even worth watching. It's sad. It was sad to see because, like you said, you dropped your hand. You dropped your hand and got down on your knee. That's a knockdown. We need to start counting.
That part.
And honestly, had that happened and he started counting, that really would have gave the point that he
That would have been a turning point in the fight. Absolutely.
That would have been the point for him to win the fight. So literally, you got paid off by the refs,
and the ref got paid off.
Yeah, the refs got paid off. The judges got paid off. New York got their look. You basically gave Vegas their money back because nobody expected a draw. Nobody expected a draw with this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
We expected two things: knockout. That's it.
I didn't. I didn't. Now against Lamont Roach. I followed them in the amateurs.
I'm saying it don't matter. One was going to knock out one way or another. That's how we expected this was going to end.
Okay.
I'm saying that's how the money was. The money was
right.
Knockout on Tank or knockout on Roach. One way or another, it was going to be a knockout.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, Vegas got their money back because nobody betted on a draw. I guarantee you, not a lot of people betted on a draw.
All that money they put on Tank, that shit went in Vegas' pocket.
That's what I'm saying. But my biggest thing is you screwed up by bringing Jim Jones and Jewels out there. all that you could have got Cam and Mace. I would have been better off with Cam and Mace. At least they support you. But now you probably lost that support because Cam don't like Jewels and Jim right now, and Mace is in Cam's corner. So you done screwed that up. Because I saw that today, and Cam was just like, see, this is what happens when you switch up. You switched up.
I saw it.
You switched up. You brought Jewels and Jim Jones and everybody.
Jim Jones over Cam? I don't think so. I ain't no Cam fan. I ain't no Jim Jones fan, but you get more attention with Cameron than you would with Jim Jones. I ain't gonna lie. I hate to say that, but that's funny as hell. And it is so true. But Joel, no. Hell no.
So before we get out of here, everybody watched the Elimination Chamber over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't even. I still can't believe what I saw. I know I saw the 2 Elimination Chamber matches. I know I saw Jade Cargill went out and beat Naomi's ass up. I know Sami Zayn got broken up like a two-folded tent, and but none of that is important compared to what happened at the very end of this whole pay-per-view event. For the first time in 20 years, my favorite wrestler has turned into the bad guys, and I love it.
About fucking time.
Why do you keep saying about freaking time? Because the man was a heel before.
Nah, his character. Listen, that character was getting played out. It's about time he went. I hope he go back into what, Thugonomics. I hope he go back to that.
That is what it's going to be.
Please.
But let me say this right there. Top 3 greatest of all time heel turn. That's top 3. No questions asked. The other 2 was Hogan at Bash at the Beach.
Yes.
That was the other one. And the one more I will think of, Orndorff turning on Hogan. That was early in them days.
Nah.
Yeah, that was early in them days. But that's another day, another topic. But
I would say
here's the thing with the situation with John Cena.
I'm gonna say Kane turning on the Undertaker.
Nah, that wasn't it. But
Put
here's the
him in a
thing.
casket and bury him. And go ahead, I'm listening.
Nah, but here's
Okay. You know what?
You wanna go?
You know what? Here, you know what? Which brings me to a question. What was the greatest Judas heel turn of all time to you, in your opinion?
Besides the Cena one and the Hogan one, I've got about one. It was Sting. Sting turned heel in WCW. It was the same situation as Cena. He was trying to become the 9-time world champion. I never forget it. He
Who
turned
did he
heel
turn
on that.
on?
He was doing dirty tactics. I think he turned on Goldberg at the time. They were wrestling a match. I think Goldberg was wrestling a match.
Nah. Rob, what you got?
Austin shaking the hands of Vince.
I was just thinking that too.
My all-time number one. Austin shaking the hands of the Boss. A 3-year feud, and then he changed at the absolute last minute on the grandest stage in his hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the hand of the Boss and turning to Vince. That is
And won the world title that way too.
Sure did.
change the matchup before the match even started. It turned into a no disqualification before it even rang the bell. Still number one to me, but John makes it very hard to switch because damn. Hustled, cruelty, disrespect.
Oh. And see, I will have to agree with you. I'm gonna give you another one that I thought.
That thing Vince McMahon, that was a good feud. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, Sting. Stone Cold and Vince McMahon. That was yeah. That's when wrestling was fun. It was actually fun to watch for real. More fun to watch.
That was a great heel turn.
Yeah.
The one that was pretty interesting, that was like this. Y'all remember when Randy Orton shook the hand of the Authority to win the world title?
Yeah.
That's top five. That's top five.
That's top five. Not
But John Cena, what he did Sunday, that's top two. Like, you gotta think, right? For 20 years, for 20 years, right? John Cena has been a face of the company.
Right. Stack of two and all that.
20 years. And nobody don't ever expect him to cross. Not on his last match. This is his last match. And the last match you cross into heel?
Ain't gonna be his last match.
Bro, he already said after WrestleMania he's finished.
Yeah, he's made this abundantly clear a long time ago. Mania is his absolute last match. Wow. Now he'll be coming back. He'll come back like and do appearances,
like the Undertaker do.
Yeah, but to get in the ring and do what he's doing, nah, this is it.
And to do that, going into your last match for number 17, that is like, it's top two for me. Stone Cold and Vince, look, with the fact that he did that at the Rock expense, that's definitely number one. But Cena making a hell of an argument to trump it.
You gotta remember, he made kids cry.
Yeah, he did.
Crying.
Mm-hmm.
Still are right now because they're still trying to process the fact that Their hero. You gotta remember, this guy is the #1 Make-A-Wish contributor of all time. He's made almost 1,000 kids' wishes come true. And to turn on them, it's like kid night. That's one of those wow.
Gotcha.
They had kids were crying, bro.
Yeah. I saw that. I did see that.
Kids were crying, bro. This was their hero.
So what do
You
you
make
think
like a
over
whole cuss.
now?
When
Who
you
you
make
think?
a whole cuss on live television, you've done something.
So what? John Cena and Cody gonna fight for the title?
Yes.
Yep.
And plus John did something. Plus John did one more thing.
Drop the mic.
He bumped up ticket sales so much for WrestleMania now, it didn't make no sense. Because if you think about it, Mania was being talked about, but it wasn't really being talked about.
Not like this.
Now it's going to be.
Look.
And that fight with him and Cody Rhodes gonna be crazy.
What John Cena did, literally, what he really just did, he made WWE more mainstream. Because it literally was talked about everywhere. It was talked about CBS, NBC, CNN, ESPN. Literally everything that you could think of that was from the news, John Cena was a part of it. All day today.
Well,
that's all they heard.
That's true.
Well, on news, Bianca Belair got an opponent.
Who?
Io Sky.
Yes. Wait, babe, we're watching it. Yes. That means she's getting. That means Bianca's getting the belt and she's turning heel.
You think she's gonna turn heel? I think Jay gonna turn heel.
No, Bianca turning heel.
Bianca's turning heel.
Bianca's turning heel.
I'm kind of with what Antonio was saying. I think Bianca's the one that did this, not Naomi. I think it was her.
If she didn't do it, she definitely know who did it.
No, let's put it away.
Bianca did it.
Bianca did it. Yes.
Yeah, she did.
But Naomi gave the orders.
Nah.
But he gave the orders.
Nope. I'm going bigger. I think Bianca did it, and Jade did the one thing that she know that she had to do in order to make Bianca go crazy. Attack Naomi.
Attack Naomi.
Because she couldn't get out the pod. So why would I get the person that already did it when I can attack the person that she loves the most?
Wait. You think Bianca gonna get the belt? What if Jay wound up fighting for the belt as well? What if it be like a fatal 4-way?
No, it's gonna be 1-on-1.
She better do something hell and high water in order to do it because she's got a month.
It's gonna get hot. Watch and see. The women wrestling is more popular right now than the men wrestling in WWE. Real talk.
Well, we know that, but I think Bianca is not gonna lose at Mania.
Huh?
Bianca's not gonna lose at Mania.
Nah.
She's going to turn heel because you gotta remember her husband is heel right now.
Yeah.
She's about to trot, and they said she will cross heel as long as she has the belt on her. Now that Io has won, she's going to win.
Wait, he has the belt?
Io Sky just won just now.
Oh.
And Bianca won the chamber on Saturday. She had to wait for this match to end. Now she gets Io. So
Io has never lost against Rhea.
I know.
So why we expected to start now?
Because I thought Rhea they probably give Rhea one more push to see it. Because you got to remember, Rhea and Bianca has never fought at Mania.
Right. Well,
that's why I thought they would push that.
What happened was Io played dead.
Well, of course.
And got her on the top rope and did a reverse over the moon.
Plus, Io still has the one advantage that Rhea doesn't. Io still has damage control. So if it went left, damage control was right around the corner.
Right.
Well, damage control is already on injured reserve list, but go ahead.
Well, guys, it's been a hell of a lovely 2-hour show. We covered a hell of a lot of stories and everything like that, but not to mention, baseball is around the corner, guys. Baseball is around the corner. So I'll say within the next 2 weeks or so, we're gonna try to talk about who we looking at. My probably have a look at to possibly get the pennant, and who looking to who y'all looking as a favorite to win the World Series. But until then, this has been another lovely Monday of the report. Until next week, same time, same place. Lone Wolf can't get right. Rob, Ashley, Misfit, whoever she at. This is yours truly. This is yours truly. Y'all have a blessed week. Stay safe, protect each other. But until for now, peace out.
Peace out. Good night, everyone. Good night.